Hello and welcome to the channel, it's Erad, and so in today's video I wanted to do my obligatory Star Citizen expectations for the upcoming year. Yes, it's the end of the year and it's something that I've done since the end of 2018. Time flies and it's always a lot of fun trying to make some educated guesses about what our experience will be in the near future based on the cues and information that Clan Games have given us over the past couple of weeks. So, eager to have an idea about how Star Citizen may change in 2024? Well, let's check it out right now and hang on because that's going to be a wild one. Alright, so we will first talk about what is nearly confirmed here, and I say nearly because anything can happen and there can always be some unexpected delays, but in 2024 expect Star Citizen ships to fly drastically different as master modes will be making their way into the game. Now you can already learn to fly with master modes in Arena Commander right now, and I strongly suggest you do given how different it is and how it changes the way we fight as well as the vulnerability of your ships. You should also expect freight elevators. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the feature that comes with Star Citizen 3.23, which should be the first update of 2024 that should come in March of next year. You will be able to store your cargo, your ships, your vehicles, your items, and your components, and it will be all persistent. I suspect that for this first iteration, we will only have one persistent hangar and that it will be located at our starting location. Also, I think that if you want to store your items in the future, I would recommend you choose a centrally located location like Hurston, but who knows, maybe we'll be able to have one at every landing zone further down the line. The UI is also expected to see a drastic change, whether it's going to be for FPS combat, game interactions, and even the star map. This one really cannot come soon enough. It is set to finally get its much needed complete rework, and overall these UI changes should provide us with some much needed quality of life improvements. Squadron 42's character customizer is also going to make its way into Star Citizen. We've seen the first iteration of Star Hair in Star Citizen of 3.22, but this tech will truly come into fruition when all of its customization possibilities will be made available to us, including tattoos, piercing, and beards, as well as an infinite amount of possible hair color choices. The new distribution centers will also make their way into Star Citizen in the first half of next year. And this one I believe will be for the second update because this is going to involve a lot of gameplay, including new missions, NPCs going by their business. It's not just about placing these locations but also adding the life around it. So these are going to be completely different than loose, boring bunkers that we have had since Star Citizen Alpha 3.3.5, which I don't think are going to completely go away after all. They've created missions and gameplay for them too, but we'll probably see a large chunk of them being replaced by the new distribution centers. So next, how about vehicles? Those are the staple of the game and always are a great way for CIG to make money with new concepts or straight to flyable or drivable vehicles. Well, I think that it wouldn't be a surprise here to see Clan Games expand on the newly created Mirai brand. Rumors have it that a new Heavy Fighters is in the work and we could be hearing about it for Invictus Fleet Week. I think that there's also a push to release more RSI ships, including the Polaris as well as the Apollo, and we could also see more ground vehicles coming in like the G12 from Origin. 2024 should also be the year of Star Citizen Alpha 4.0 and the release of the Pyro system along with server meshing. In the last episode of Inside Star Citizen of the Year, Jared told us that the goal for Star Citizen Alpha 4.0's release is summer of next year. Of course, that remains a goal and we should expect some delays, as it is always the case, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get a release for CitizenCon next year. As for the tech required for server meshing, we will need to finalize the replication layer first, and for that, more tests in the preview channel will be happening, starting with just single servers like those that we have right now, which really show great potential and offer a much smoother experience. The next target is to transfer our data to another server when the initial server dies or is even about to die, and as seamlessly as possible by not freezing the game for a few minutes. These tests will take time and will continue throughout the first half of the year of 2024, and once CIG deemed them concluding enough, they will add this tech to the live servers. It is only then that the work for server meshing will come really into fruition. According to multiple sources, this should take less time than the replication layer, which is said to be the bulk of the work, so we should see server meshing taking less time to cook in the preview channel and probably combined with the Pyro system as well. Now, will there be some little surprises on top of that? Well, I'm sure that there will. How about creatures? We were told that the Terra cows will be among the first creatures to come in the game, but CIG are also working on boys, which are smaller creatures of lesser importance, like rodents or birds. I would also love to see the Boreal Stalker, which is the apex predator of Microtech. Can you imagine doing some errands on Microtech and all of a sudden you get attacked by those monsters? That would be very fun. I wouldn't be surprised to see more missions coming next year as well, including the investigation missions that we saw at SeasonCon last year, as well as freight missions, which Todd Pappy said require freight elevators, which are going to come next year. But how about what will happen next, towards next year's SeasonCon, or the end of next year? It's hard to predict at this point, but I see Cloud Imperial Games consolidating their tech with additional stability, quality of life fixes, and maybe a first attempt at larger player count per shard. I think that we will also hear more about the resource management system, which seems to be needed more work here, and base building, which is definitely going to need that tech. I don't think base building is actually going to ship in 2024, but we will definitely have some dedicated episodes of Inside Star Citizen on the topic. Also, I think that once the Pyro system releases, CIG will finally have to unveil what will come next. I think we'll definitely hear about Nyx, but what about other systems? Many players are very excited about Terra, and CIG know that. They have even teased us about the Terra system a few times by name dropping it every now and then. Maybe we will see some additional concepts at SeasonCon, or maybe some white box phases, but I'm extrapolating here. And we couldn't finish this video without mentioning Squadron 42, which we learned was feature complete and now in polishing phase. And here, regarding Squadron 42, I'm going to be very straightforward. I think that Cloud Imperial Games should push for a 2024 release, and the reason for that is because Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming in 2025, and no game will ever be able to compete against Grand Theft Auto 6. And even I will be playing it quite a bit. I think Cloud Imperial Games should announce the release date at this year's Invictus Fleet Week, and that release date should be SeasonCon 2954. I know that this sounds ambitious to say the least. Maybe it will still feature some minor bugs that will have to be corrected, or maybe it will lack some extra optimization, but in 2025, unless we learn that GTA 6 will be released in the fall or winter of that year, releasing Squadron 42 will be quite a risk because all eyes will be on Rockstar's next title, and I'm afraid that Cloud Imperial Games would be missing on a lot of hype they could have if they released Squadron 42 a little earlier. But that's just my opinion here. How or when do you think Cloud Imperial Games will release Squadron 42? What are your expectations for next year? Let me know everything in the comment section down below. This month I have a giveaway on Discord. I'm giving away to my Patreon and YouTube members a duo of storms. All you have to do is just to enter your name like this. You can also enter for free via our video sharing program. Each share will get you an entry. The winner will get the same amount of entries as Patreon and YouTube members. And this is thanks to these fine people here that I'm able to make these videos, including Dr. Frabe, Deplorable, Ifidel, Doki2Docker, and Zero Crusher. If you too want to support the channel, the link is in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button if you like this video. I have been Irad. Have a wonderful day. I will see you guys in the next one.